Good morning, and it is morning here in Memphis for 15 more minutes. It's 11:45 a.m. It's a sunny day here. It's up in the 60s, so doing pretty good today. Not a fan of the cold weather. Um, I want to tell you that with all the talk and all the distractions and all the screaming and carrying on and constitutional crisis and Trump's going to lead us down the path that leads to destruction. Um, we need to just stop for a minute and realize the incredible opportunity we, the people, have for once. It's been a long time, but here it is. We have the possibility to actually be heard by the people that are supposed to be representing us. This is our chance. Uh, we've got their attention. Republicans are listening, and there's more of us coming to this side of the argument on everything. We have more people now pushing for common sense. We have more people now pushing for doing what's best for America. Uh, I mean, we were stepped on, we were trampled on, we were beat down, not by other countries, no. Our own people did it to us. The people that were supposed to be looking out for us um, didn't do it. They did a really bad job of it. But we're not big on beating up the other side. We're not big on attacking the other side. We never have been. That's why the Republicans struggle so much to get the power and keep the power, is because um, we don't keep the main thing the main thing. What we do is we try to get along. We don't want to go off script. We don't want to rock the boat. Um, you don't see um, Republicans uh, out there blocking um, streets from poor people trying to go to work, and here's a bunch of lunatics standing in the road yelling about illegal immigrants and how we need to be taking care of them, and oh, what in the world is Doge doing to us, ripping us off? If I hear one more time that Elon Musk is getting a hold of our um, personal information like social security numbers and such, I think I'll scream. I'm going to tell you, I think I'll just scream, because if Elon Musk wanted my social security number, uh, he could get it. I, I have no doubt that he does not need the federal government to help him to get uh, our personal information. What did they say the other day about the IRS? Um, the guy that released uh, President Trump's uh, income tax returns, he did it to, I don't know, was it 4,000 Maybe it was more somebody, if, if, if anybody ever listened to this, maybe you could correct me on that. I'd love to have somebody correct me. I'd love to have anybody comment anything to me, even if you just told me to stop making the videos, because that's pretty much the message I'm getting here is I'm not reaching anyone. So, but God's telling me to do it, and by golly, if God tells me to do it, that's good enough. And if nobody but me and God get something out of this, then that's what was supposed to be. Um, God has a purpose for me, and the purpose right now is make America moral again. And I'm going to continue to do it. I do have a couple of folks helping me out on Truth Social. I really appreciate them. Um, but it'd be nice if we could get some more. Like I said, I'm not even sure if anybody's listening. I know people are looking at them because I get that kind of information, I'm told, you know, but I don't know what that means. Um, but we got to keep the main thing the main thing. Um, we cannot become distracted by the lunatics. We cannot become fearful because of the lunatics. We need to take their messaging and toss it away. I hardly ever listen to liberal news anymore. Um, Up until recently, I was about half and half, really, because I really wanted to know, um, what the opposition had to say. Well, they have nothing to say except insults and tear downs and negativity, and they scream a lot, and they have um, protests a lot where they harass security guards and things like that. And I never see a crowd. I'm told there's a crowd. Maybe there is a crowd. Um, but the Democrats, they can't have a very big crowd because a lot of people now just don't like them. They don't agree with them because they're not keeping the main thing the main thing. The main thing is America first. The main thing is make America great again. The main thing is put our citizens over the citizens of the world. We're not globalists here in the United States. Um, Biden really wanted us to be globalists, and some of these Democrats and liberal media folks want us to be globalists, but that's not who we are. That's not what we were founded on. We were founded on putting us first. If we didn't want to put ourselves first, we could have just stayed subjects of England, and we could still drink tea and eat crumpets in the afternoon. Um, and we could go along with all the lunacy that's going on over there. But that's not who we are. We are Americans. And, nationalism is not a dirty word. Um, Hitler was not a nationalist. Hitler was insane. He had nationalist tendencies and nationalist beliefs, but he was insane. So you can't go by that. A nationalist simply says that we, our country, our boundaries, our citizens come first. We protect our boundaries, we protect our citizens. We want the world to treat our citizens correctly. We want other governments to treat our government correctly. We want other economies to treat our economy better. Why should we have to pay for everybody's everything? We end up doing nobody any good, including ourselves. In fact, we hurt ourselves the most. So we need to keep the main thing the main thing. And it's going to get tough, we the people. They're not going to stop the nonsense, because they are fighting. Some of them are fighting definitely for their political lives. Some rhinos are going to be fighting for their political lives in the next election cycle. Because we, the people, are now insisting, okay? Before, we didn't like what you were doing, and we quietly said we didn't. But boy, we came out in a roar in November, and we told the world, America, the beautiful home of the brave, land of the free, purple mountains majesty, that we were back and we were no longer going to be pushed around. Now, the thing is, and the Dems, oh, you shouldn't talk that way. Trump's not saying he wants to be unfair to other countries. He's not saying we want to put a higher tariff on another country than what they put on us. He says if they charge us, we charge them. Whatever rate, that's it. We charge them. The main thing needs to be the main thing. The Democrats are completely off target, completely. They're nowhere near the main thing. They still push DEI, which is about the most unpopular position you could take in America. The next most unpopular, and it could be a close one, is this idea of we're going to protect the illegal immigrants, even though they're harming our own citizens. They're physically harming our own citizens. They're economically harming our own citizens. Socially, they're harming our own citizens. When a family can't walk down the street in some of these cities without being harassed or having to step over what horrible things are happening in their streets in their city, that's too much. Now they got migrant gang running around attacking people in the street in the daylight. I mean, they're bold. They're breaking into stores in the daylight, smashing grabs, stealing purses, ripping off phones, and in some cases physically harming the people. So we need to get back to the main thing. We need to make the main thing again. And make America moral again that's exactly what it calls for. Get back to the basics of who we are. Because we've been moved off of our base, and we're floundering because we're not anchored to the Constitution anymore, because people are now saying the Constitution needs to be interpreted in a different light. Well, you can't do that. The Constitution is the Constitution, and everything in our world, our earthly being, is founded on what the Constitution says. So I use the Bible. That's my guide. That's my moral compass. That gets me back to the important main things in my life, in my world. And I think that's what most Americans want to do, is just get back to the main things and live their lives and do the things that are important to them. So I appreciate your time, and I look forward to talking with you again. And again, if you could go to my YouTube channel and like and subscribe and comment. If you could go to Prayers for Our Nation in Truth Social and like and share and comment, I'd really appreciate it. Getting a conversation going is what I really am trying to do, but it's hard to have a conversation with yourself. So jump on, comment. I'll get back to you. I check things all the time on YouTube. I definitely get back to people on Truth Social because they're responding. But I really need to get the YouTube thing going. If I ever get the YouTube thing going, I'm going to try to get X started up again. I'm not having much success with X, but once I get YouTube going, I'm going to start with X, and then Rumble. You know, I want to be on as many platforms as I can. I just need your help, your support. I don't need money. Not asking for any money. No personal information. I don't want your social security number. What in the world would I do with it? You know, I don't want your bank account, your credit card, nothing. I just want you to hit the little subscribe button and the little like button. And if you'd ever be so kind to share from YouTube, and if you would comment on YouTube, I really would appreciate it. But I'm almost 19 minutes into this, and my guess is people only view it maybe for less than a minute, if I had to guess. Just a click on and then a click off. So I'm going to keep trying, though. I'm not defeated yet. I don't give up easy. And I've had success. You know, when I follow what God asked me to do, He always blesses the effort. And I've already met a couple of people that I wouldn't have had an opportunity to really know if I hadn't done this Make America Moral Again idea. So, all right then. Thank you much. Bye-bye.